the man of God who was a devil in disguise. It all began in a quiet town where peace was a lifestyle and Sunday sermons echoed in the hearts of many. A young woman named Chiamaka, soft-spoken and full of hope, crossed paths with a man who presented himself as a man of God. His name was Pastor Gideon, an eloquent and seemingly righteous man. He approached her one evening at an event, his voice gentle like dew on dry leaves. "I see the light of God around you. You are the one I've been praying for. I believe God brought you into my life to complete His purpose." With words dripping in honey, he serenaded her soul. He called her the rib that was missing, his Proverbs 31 woman, and swore he would walk her straight into heaven's gate. He told her of dreams he claimed God had shown him, visions of their future together. A beautiful home, children with biblical names, and a ministry that would shake nations. Chiamaka, though skeptical at first, found herself captivated by his devotion and spiritual charisma. After a few weeks of courtship, she fell deeply in love. They started dating, praying together, fasting together, sharing scriptures. He never touched her inappropriately. He acted like the perfect gentleman, always in suits and always quoting scriptures. To everyone, especially Chiamaka, Gideon was a rare breed of man. She told her siblings about him with glee in her eyes. They were curious. "How did you meet? What does he do for a living? Are you sure about him? He's a pastor and also runs small business," she said proudly. "We met at Blessing's birthday celebration," she said. "He's so kind, so devoted. He's different." They raised a few concerns. He seemed too polished, too rehearsed, but Chiamaka defended him blindly. Months rolled by. The relationship blossomed. On the surface, all was well. But here and there, the cracks began to show. He would get upset over little things. Once, he scolded her harshly for talking to a male colleague. Another time, he talks to her in a mannerless way. But each time he apologized, blamed the devil trying to test him, and swore he'd never act that way again. Chiamaka, ever faithful, believed he'd change. Soon they did their introduction. He was introduced formally to her family, wearing white agbada and a big smile. Prayers were said. Blessings were given. Wedding plans began. Few months passed. They got married. For the first 3 months, their home was paradise. He treated her like a queen, cooked for her, washed her clothes, cleaned the house. They laughed, prayed, and even planned to start a Bible study group together. Chiamaka was glowing. She was also 2 months pregnant. Then, everything changed. After the final well-wishers left and the congratulatory visits stopped, Pastor Gideon transformed into someone unrecognizable. One night, he saw her talking on phone, smiling and laughing with Grace, her younger sister. He came, collected the phone, slapped her in the face, and told her to stop all communication with her family. He stopped praying with her, stopped providing, stopped loving. Every little thing sparked rage. And when she told him she was pregnant, he scoffed, "I hope the child is mine." Chiamaka was filled with surprise. Who else will be the father? The beatings became routine. She endured it all in silence, hoping, praying he'd return to the man she married. But instead, the devil in him grew stronger. One night, in a fit of fury over burnt food, he beat her mercilessly, even though she was 6 months pregnant. She screamed, she bled, she lost the baby. That was the day something in her broke. With bruises on her face and heartbreak in her soul, Chiamaka packed her belongings and left. She returned to her family, broken but alive. 1 month later, Gideon's life began to crumble. The once respected pastor faced disgrace. Church members began to leave. Rumors of his violence spread. The church elders confronted him. He denied everything until the church council suspended him. His ministry collapsed. His spiritual authority vanished. Everything he touched turned to dust. His home, his finances, even his health. He tried to preach again, no one listened. He tried to start a business. It failed. He became a shadow of himself. Meanwhile, Chiamaka, after weeks of tears and therapy, rose again. She opened a small shop selling fabrics and accessories. Business bloomed. Customers poured in like rain. She reconnected with God, not through a man, but personally. Peace returned to her life, but Gideon disappeared mysteriously. He wasn't seen in town again. 2 years passed. Then one morning, she heard he had returned to town. Gideon looked like a ghost, thin, pale, with bloodshot eyes. He found her shop and stood by the door like a beggar. He wept as he knelt in front of her. "Chiamaka, I've lost everything," he cried. "Nothing I do works. I'm cursed. I'm sorry. I need you." She looked at him, this broken man who once destroyed her. She felt no hatred, no love, just peace. "I forgave you a long time ago," she said, "but I'm never coming back." He pleaded, he confessed, he cried, but she had made up her mind. Today, Gideon wanders the streets, a fallen prophet with a stained past. Some say he lost his calling. Others say he never had one. As for Chiamaka, her story is one of pain, strength, and survival. She is a reminder that even when the devil wears a robe and quotes scripture, truth will always come to light. And healing, true healing, comes not from the hands of a man, but from the hands of God.
And so, dear listener, let this be a lesson. Not all who call themselves men of God are truly sent by him. Some wear the cloak of holiness to hide the beast within. Chiamaka's story is not just a tale of heartbreak and betrayal, it's a story of strength, resilience, and rebirth. She walked through fire and came out purified. To anyone listening who may be going through silent battles, remember, you deserve peace, you deserve love, and you deserve to be free. Don't stay in the shadows hoping the storm will pass sometimes. You have to walk out and find the sun. If this story moved you, please share it. You never know whose life you might help save. And until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and never be afraid to walk away from what no longer serves your soul.